What's up, guys? It's Lord Both here for another video, and Ghost of Yotei just they cannot win, man. Every move they seem to be making seems to be in the wrong direction. Because, as you all may well know, there was a dev on the team for Ghost of Yotei that posted and reposted some pretty heinous stuff about the death of Charlie Kirk. And while devs across the industry seem to be doing this with reckless abandon and no regard with how this may affect their brand of their company or their own employment status, Ghost of Yotei Sucker Punch dev was the most prominent so far before Bethesda decided to step on a rake a couple days ago. And since then, that dev at Sucker Punch has been let go, which I guess is a win. Yay, guys. I mean, they didn't, let go all the senior devs at the company that also liked those tweets and retweets from Blue Sky, nor did they come out with any statement denouncing that person and what they posted and reposted. In fact, the only way that we knew that person was let go was they posted about it on Blue Sky. But for some reason, I guess they thought that the hullabaloo was over, that the storm had passed. Because while people are still angry at Sucker Punch and not happy about the release of upcoming Ghosts of Yotei, because the flames of the torches of the cancel mob, even when they are righteous, are difficult to put out, even in the best of times and on the right reasons, and this is not the best of times or the right reasons. But despite all that, Sucker Punch decided to release another trailer for their upcoming Ghosts of Yotei, which comes out in, I think, a couple weeks, and this was the response here. You got a ratio trailer. By the way, this ratio just keeps getting worse. 16,000 likes to 37,000 dislikes. And as you can see here from the comment section, well, people are letting their voices heard as to why they didn't like the trailer. This one here, Sucker Punch's new marketing strategy, alienate 50% of your audience before the game even launches. Bold move, let's see how that plays out for them. This one says, a samurai with no honor is not a samurai. From the people who cheered on someone getting murdered for his opinion. R.I.P. in peace. Funny grammar error there. Charlie Kirk, no one should be silenced for trying to talk. This game already had controversy and now you just added fuel to the fire. Yes, game already had controversy because you had not just a female protagonist replacing a male protagonist, which is always going to get comments of, woke and girl boss, especially when you do it in feudal Japan, but also because the voice actress and facial model for the character is a raging leftist activist and is pretty extreme on her opinions as well. This person here says the ESRB needs to include insane developers. This person here just says rest in peace Charlie and Irina. This guy here says one of their senior developers celebrated an assassination, by the way. And it just goes on like that. There is one comment up here that's important, which is pretty weird they didn't post this to their X account. And that's true. Sucker Punch posted this new Ghost of Yotei trailer to everywhere except Twitter X. You know why? Because they knew Twitter X, which is the largest social media platform for these kinds of trailers to be put on besides YouTube, right? They knew they were going to be absolutely hammered by the people on X. They knew that not just the culture war scene on YouTube that follows video games, people like Grums and Master the TDS and Smash JT were going to retweet that with their own comments and their posts were going to blow up and this thing was going to get a ton of negative attention. They knew that other accounts were probably going to do it as well. Why? Well, because even PlayStation fanboy accounts that are known for absolutely shilling every first-party PlayStation game possible, such as the Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei franchise from Sucker Punch, even they are going in on Ghost of Yotei and the horrible, horrible press that they have garnished because of what this dev has said, and the rest of the devs either liking or remaining silent on this subject. Because even pages like Sony Profit, an absolute shill for Sony and PlayStation states, senior dev at Sucker Punch celebrates Charlie Kirk's death. Ghost of Yotei is already one of the lowest pre-ordered first-party titles on PlayStation in the last 5 years. This isn't going to help. I've canceled my pre-order. This guy is an absolute Sony PlayStation fanboy, and he's canceling his pre-order. By the way, even Sucker Punch is losing support from the extreme left-wing people now. Because, as Master of the TDS explains here, Blue Sky is losing it. People now want to boycott Ghost of Yotei because Sucker Punch fired Drew Harrison for her vile Charlie Kirk post, some calling it fascist support and right-wing cancel campaign. One even joked about a Charlie Kirk deaf karaoke party. Big yikes. So not only, and he has just a plethora of tweets here, by the way, but not only are people coming at Ghost of Yotei from the right, the extreme left is now coming at Ghost of Yotei because they got rid of the person who said horrifically terrible things. And I'm sure there's people on Blue Sky right now that are also losing it over the fact that the game is getting ratioed and angry about right-wing cancel culture again. Now, does any of this negative press really move me to believe what I originally believed, which is that the game is probably going to be generally less successful than it could have been, but still not a complete flop? No, it doesn't. I still think the game is going to be generally okay in terms of sales. It definitely won't be the massive win that Sucker Punch, Sony, PlayStation wanted to be and almost needed to be, but I do still think that it will make money and it'll probably make a little bit of profit. It won't be a smash hit. It won't be breaking player count numbers or sales records, but it will do okay. Would I like to see the game fail? Would I like to see the thing flop hard? Yes, I would. But I don't think that's going to happen. Because while so many of us are terminally online and we are entrenched in this sort of culture war, in this sort of autistic video game industry deep dive, the vast majority of gamers, I don't think are like that. I think they're more likely to just want to play the game and they think the game looks good, so they're just going to pick up the video game. But either way, it will be interesting to see exactly what it does when the video game launches, and you can best believe, no matter what performance, probably going to make a video on if my prediction was right or not, and what it means about the whole state of the video game industry and what devs probably should or should not say leading up to the release of their video games. But hey, those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go and leave in the comments. If you like this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.